always watching out for you. This is a First Alert 5 Weather Alert.
It is a weather alert day on your Thursday morning. First, we want to say thanks for joining us on your Valentine's Day.
Yes, indeed. Let's get over to meteorologist Sam Schreier. You can see by the flag, this is from our Pueblo studios. That's the big weather alert, Sam.
Yeah, but America's hanging on strong. It's a good flagpole we've got, and we are going to just kind of get through this morning. It is windy, and I bet a lot of you were tired and had trouble sleeping through this wind. Now, we've still got 30 to 40 mile per hour gusts running along I-25, but in the mountains, I think we've had some bigger gusts kind of run down some of those slopes. Getting over to your temperatures, because we had so much wind overnight, we could not cool down, and you don't even need a coat out there this morning. I was in my suit jacket, and I thought it was fine out there this morning. Now, the kids should get in a coat. And through the day, our modeling wants to hold us back in the low 60s, but man, I'm going to have to try to physically adjust this, which takes a little time. I've got Colorado Springs actually at a high of 65 in Pueblo. I get you back to the mid-70s. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Sam. Right now, a new overnight southbound power is back open. Some down power lines had it closed most of yesterday.
But the wind will still have a big impact on your drive this morning.
And News 5 Shayla Girardin is live at Powers in Stetson Hills with the details.
Bree and I are really still feeling that wind out here this morning, but like you mentioned, southbound power is now completely open. In fact, traffic is moving just fine. It's this right-hand turning lane onto Stetson Hills that's going to remain closed throughout the day. And actually, take a look. I don't know if you can see behind me these power lines. It's still pretty dark out here, still drooping a bit from that wind, and with it looking to stick around for the rest of the morning. Not sure yet what an impact that's going to have on traffic. Now, take a look at this dash cam video from Tim Keenan capturing the moment as those gusts bring several power lines down on the left-hand side of the road, and you can even see some of those sparks flying. In fact, we spoke to one driver who saw it all firsthand.
We saw the light posts out there swaying back and forth, and as we were watching it, we saw 3 telephone poles just come flying down. Sparks were flying.
And over 8,500 customers lost power yesterday due to those winds. Colorado Springs Utilities will be closing 1 lane of southbound powers. That's going to be at 9 o'clock this morning to finish up those repairs. And that's going to be between Dublin and Stetson Hills at 9 o'clock this morning. Of course, it's still not clear how long that's going to take or if this wind is going to have an impact on that. But of course, we'll keep you posted on all of that. For now, watching out for you, Colorado Springs. Shayla Girardin, News 5.
If they won't pay us, if they won't pay us.
Thank you, Shayla. Right now, a deal is on the table, and we could learn any minute whether teachers will be back in the classroom in Denver as soon as today. The bargaining team for the teachers saying it's on board with the district's new plan to increase base pay on experience, education, and training. What's still in question is the bonuses for recruitment and retention at high-poverty schools.
I'm exhausted. Down but not out. Demoralized for sure, but I mean, this is, you can see, we're still strong.
Negotiators have left the room to discuss as of right now, and teachers union is waiting at the table for a response. We'll be keeping a very close eye on that developing story.
And continuing now our coverage of the Kelsey Barrett case, we're hearing from a friend of Kelsey's who has a mixed reaction to the plea deal given to Crystal Kenny. Kenny, the Idaho woman who pleaded guilty to tampering with evidence in exchange for her testimony against Patrick Frazee. Nicole Haywood says she is happy for that, but fears Kenny's getting off easy. At most, prosecutors say she could face 3 years in prison, but the charge requires no minimum sentence.
She's going to have to be away from her kids for 3 years if she does get that, which is going to be hard for her. But Kelsey's not going to be able to see her baby grow up.
The evidence, including Kenny's role in the case, remains sealed.
And Christopher Watts is not fighting a wrongful death lawsuit filed against him in the death of his wife, Shanann, and 2 daughters, Bella and Celeste. The Denver Post does report that the suit, which was filed by Shanann's family, makes sure that all the profits from the sale of their home goes to her family and would keep Watts from making any money if he does choose to write a book or sell the rights to his story. Watts did plead guilty to their deaths and will spend the rest of his life in prison. Today marks the 1-year anniversary of the deadly school shooting in Parkland, Florida. Last year, a 19-year-old suspect opened fire, killing 17 people at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School and injuring several others. A tribute garden to the victims is planted at the corner of the school. It remembers those who were killed that somber day.
I think there could be a million other ways to remember them, but this is something special for us and something special for everyone in our community.
Nicholas Cruz is charged with 17 counts of premeditated murder along with 17 counts of attempted murder.
And President Trump reflecting on the anniversary of this shooting, saying his administration has made great strides in ensuring school safety.
Our entire nation mourns for the victims and their loved ones, and we pledge our unwavering resolve to work with the leaders in this room to secure our nation's schools and everywhere else.
Parkland survivor David Hogg says he vows to keep pushing for gun control.
I plan to make sure that nobody else, no matter the zip code, has to live in constant fear of gun violence, and I plan to make sure that our generation is the last generation that has to live with the constant scourge of gun violence.
Florida's governor has ordered a moment of silence today in remembrance of the victims.
6:05 now on this Weather Alert Thursday. Let's check in with meteorologist Sam Schreier.
Well, absolutely. There's a lot to talk about in the forecast. So kind of restarting my headlines, we are going to be windiest for the Pikes Peak region, especially during the morning. But if you live from Pueblo to Trinidad, it'll be windy all day. That being said, the afternoon will still have the winds lighten up a little bit, but Pueblo, Trinidad, you're windy all day. Now tonight, a quick moving rain and snow come on through, but it's rain for some, it's snow for others. The heaviest snow looks to me to be towards Teller County. And a snow map I tried to put together kind of shows that a little bit better. Our modeling is with us too. The data supports that Woodland Park, you could get a dusting or 1 to 3 inches of snow to fall. I think southern Teller County, so towards Cripple Creek's a better chance to get some light accumulation. And through Ute Pass, I kind of went 0 to 2. That's a wide range. I'm basically covering myself a little bit. The models weren't showing very much, but I think this one could get a little bit more snow than we're actually kind of seeing forecast. And keep in mind, even if this falls, I bet a bunch of it melts because we're going to be so warm today. So Monument Hill, yeah, I've got maybe an inch at the absolute most, but this is done by 2 a.m. So, I mean, it should not be a problem for the morning commute. And then a rain for Canyon City, Pueblo. So I do like to try to give a pinpoint forecast, and I changed the names up on the towns I'm showing. So again, Woodland Park to Cripple Creek, Teller County is the most likely area to actually get a little bit of accumulation. Monument, maybe an inch at the most, but that looks unlikely to me, and it's going to be done by 2. And the I-25 corridor will probably stay at or above freezing, so it's just wet. Like downtown, nothing. Pueblo, a rain. Downtown's most likely rain. But those southern mountains, they could actually get some pretty decent snow into the Sangre de Cristos starting this afternoon. Now, temperatures today, this is part of the challenge for any snow forecast. It's real warm, and then overnight tonight, the lows along I-25, even over Monument Hill. I have Monument Hill at like 30 at the lowest, so tough to get any snow to stick, especially with how little we're forecasting. Let's go to traffic. Monument. 607 Monument again. Tomorrow morning's commute should be fine, and your evening commute should be fine. Anything that comes, either rain or snow, is quick moving, and it comes kind of when you're asleep, 10 o'clock to 1 or 2 a.m. Right now, we're going to bounce back into our traffic network starting downtown. No issues. Here, just a couple slow spots like on Cascade. The I-25 South Corridor, no wind warning, but we still are going to issue a caution for semi-truck drivers. Gusts could be toward 50 miles per hour. Anything over 50, you worry about them tipping over. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Sam. Only on News 5. In the spirit of Valentine's Day, we want to introduce you to a local couple's incredible story of commitment.
If you have any romance in you, you want to watch this. Benjamin and Rosemary Bellis celebrating 72 years of marriage and sharing their advice. Here's Shayla Girardin with that.
It all started with a blind date.
Here came a gal down the stairs, and I said, boy, I'd sure like to meet a girl like that.
Rosemary, an airline hostess in Albuquerque. Ben, stationed in the Air Force.
Civilian airport, they put up a blackboard of when the hostesses were coming in so I could check when she's going to come in.
From there, a year of dating before Ben popped the question.
I said, you're going to have to talk to my father.
It's been 70 years, multiple states and countries, and 4 kids.
One is respect. Number 1.
The retired 3-star general giving a peek at what it's taken to build their lives together.
The second item is equality. We can each have ideas, but when decisions are made, neither one of them dictates.
And even decades later, their pull to be together only growing stronger.
She wants to be where he is. Has been at the table, has been at the chair. That's where she wants to be.
Okay, if I could, that's where I'm spending Valentine's Day
So
with those
cute.
two. Also trending this morning, some animals deserve a little extra love today. The Cheyenne Mountain Zoo celebrating by placing papier-mâché hearts through the animals' habitat.
Yeah, they were safe to eat and later filled with the animals' favorite treats. The grizzly bears got some honey-covered popcorn. Western lowland gorillas enjoyed oats and seeds with honey, and the African lions canned cat food with hard-boiled eggs and whipped cream. A lot of protein in there.
Yes. Now, if you're looking for a last-minute Valentine's idea, we have a few for you.
Yeah, so first up, romance in Manitou Springs. You can check out places like the Mona Lisa Fondue or the Swirl Wine Bar.
And another idea, so you see here, if you like hiking, maybe go to Seven Falls. Also, Cape of the Winds, they're doing a little contest. So the lucky couple who shares their love story, if you're picked, you get a candlelight lantern tour and a romantic stay at the Hyatt at Garden of the Gods.
That last couple should go. They would win. Finally, if you want to spend Valentine's Day with friends or family, head to the Cripple Creek Ice Festival. This is its last weekend. And if you want to spend the holiday with home-cooked meals, well, you're not alone. A new survey from Bob Evans says 48% of Americans plan to spend a cozy evening at home to celebrate Valentine's. The survey says 86% of men and 73% of women say a home-cooked meal is the way to go.
Sounds good to me. Not everyone can be lucky in love, though. A nationwide study of positive relationships found the top states to find lasting love. Listen up, Sam Schreier. Mississippi topping that chart, followed by Utah, Wisconsin, Vermont, and Alaska. Colorado came in at number 43.
There are some places that are a little bit more insecure with respect to their relationships and the degree to which they actually approach relationships.
Can you guess who came in last? North Dakota. Actually kind of surprises me.
Yeah, you need some way to stay warm, right? All right, let's move on to sports, shall we? The Broncos have reached an agreement with Baltimore Ravens quarterback Joe Flacco.
This is coming in exchange for a mid-round pick, and the Broncos likely to restructure that remaining money that's on Flacco's contract. The trade could not, however, be made official until the start of the 2019 season. Still ahead, we'll tell you why opponents of marijuana legalization say a recent study from the state health department shows that we need stricter marijuana laws.
And still no deal signed by the president on border protection after another deadline, or after the deadline for another shutdown is looming this Friday. Stay with us.
Jayden Homes is proud to sponsor continuous news on News 5. Model home open daily at the Preserve at Walden, just off Highway 83 in Hodgen. Jayden Homes, starting in the upper 600s.
Moose, bear, and cabin decor. Beautifully crafted log furniture, chandeliers, and more. Come shop us today. You'll be amazed at our low pricing. Williams Log Cabin Furniture in Woodland Park.
Save thousands on the new Revolutionary Swim Spa at a one-time event. Friday through Sunday. Colorado Springs Event Center. Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation and one day only. New 2019 inventory. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Colorado Springs Event Center, 3960 Palmer Park Boulevard. Free admission. Free parking. Call 1-888-SPA-SALE.
Are you embarrassed by your ugly bathtub and shower? Miracle Method can refinish them to look and feel like new. In about 2 days, your bathroom will look beautiful again, and you'll save up to 75% over replacement costs. Chips, cracks, and rough surfaces repaired. Moldy tile grout lines permanently sealed. Leaking shower pans repaired and refinished. If your bathtub, shower, or tile walls are ugly and impossible to clean, call or visit us at miraclemethod.com to schedule a free estimate.
Hello, I'm Mike Sawaya with one of our treasured clients.
Until I came to the Sawaya Law Firm, I didn't know that I didn't have to just suck it up. And I met with Mr. Sawaya himself, which really was wonderful because I felt like I was really being listened to and encouraged that I wouldn't have to live with pain every day. Every person that I worked with was absolutely wonderful and seemed very interested in helping me heal. I feel whole again.
If you've had an accident, it would be our honor to help you.
How long has it been since you enjoyed your outdoor living space? Let Timberline Landscaping design and install an outdoor living space you can enjoy with your family year-round. We offer unparalleled experience and a landscape you can take pride in. Our work is nationally recognized and locally owned since 1982. From new homes to renovations, Timberline can create a custom design for your home. Call Timberline Landscaping today and let us create a little bit of heaven in your yard.
1 log, 2 log, 3 log, more. Affordable, quality crafted log furniture can be found at the Williams Log Cabin Furniture Store. Come visit us today in Woodland Park at Fairview and Highway 24.
You're watching KOAA News 5 today with Ira Cronin, Bree Groves, Sam Schreier with weather, and Shayla Girardin. You're watching KOAA News 5 today, always watching out for you.
6:15, we have some breaking news right now out of Denver. 9 News is reporting that the Denver teachers' strike is over, this following 19 hours of negotiations, and this news did just come in. Now, the superintendent is asking for one change only, that there be an addition of a signature line. Right now, we know that the bargaining team for the teachers is saying that they were on board with the district's new plan to increase pay based on experience, education, and training. We, of course, know that this is a developing story, and we're going to be bringing you details of that deal as it comes forward.
Let's jump to your healthy family now. The latest numbers from the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment show that about 1 in 5 high schoolers report using marijuana in the last 30 days. Another alarming trend, there has been a huge increase in the last decade of young children under the age of 9 who've been exposed to marijuana.
This is not going well. This is a real public health disaster, and it's time that our government stopped letting the industry do whatever it wants in our state and really started putting the clamp down.
The study author says parents need to do a better job of keeping their marijuana away from their kids.
Just a bit late, but we want to check in on this weather alert day with meteorologist Sam Schreier.
Weather alert because of the winds. Now tonight, some rain and snow comes, but I don't think it's going to be a huge impact for like 95% of our viewing area. I think the areas that do get it are some of the mountains, not even the mountain towns as much, and over towards like Teller County. So we'll talk about kind of what we're expecting coming up. But it will be a warm day out there. Here's a look at our high temperatures through the region, and then going into the winds. It will be strongest through the morning for a lot of the area. Pikes Peak region, lighter winds in the afternoon, but especially like 9 o'clock, it's still going to be real windy out there. Look at the gusts on our forecast plot, and I agree with them. Probably widespread in the 30 to even 50 mile per hour range up and down the interstate, but towards noon, some lighter winds start to creep in on the Springs. Pueblo to Trinidad, you stay pretty windy through the end of the day, but 30 mile per hour gusts, that's a lot better than 50. So generally lighter speeds as the day goes on. Now, we're going to start seeing snow in those southern mountains begin around 3 o'clock. So if you live in Westcliff, by the end of the afternoon, the end of the day here, you could probably start to see some snow dip off the mountains over to you. Also, La Veta, start to get to the wet mountains, but the biggest snow will accumulate in the taller terrain of the actual mountains themselves. Now, for the Front Range, here's what it looks like to me. We got to wait until like 10 o'clock at night. Models trying to throw out a little rain to the plains. I could see that being possible, but it would be just kind of a light rain, no problem with snow. But I do think we're going to get snow through Teller County, central and western Fremont County, to the mountains to the north, mountains to the south. But Canyon City, you're probably a rain all night. Now, it would snow a little heavier through Teller County and spread into the Springs. Monument Hill could get a little bit of snow, but downtown east, probably just a rain for the Springs and rain in Pueblo. So my snow expectations, this tries to draw the picture a bit. I think between about 10 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock tonight to about 2 a.m., Teller County probably gets the most snow. Cripple Creek, 2 to 3 inches, 1 to 3 through Woodland Park. Ute Pass, I went 2 just to be safe, but it honestly looked like a little bit less through Ute Pass. And this is probably done by the morning commute, so I don't even think we'll go weather alert tomorrow. Inch at the most over Monument Hill, but I have Monument Hill getting to a low of 30. So I bet the interstate actually just stays wet. You need a lot more snow to get it to be slick with a temperature that warm. Let's get to traffic. So again, just to kind of reiterate, tomorrow morning's commute is probably going to be okay because the snow comes through so quickly in the middle of the night. This morning's commute is fine. It's just windy out there. Now, we still have Shayla covering this. We've got a downed power line from yesterday at the Stetson Hills Boulevard turnoff lane on Powers southbound. That is still happening, but most of Powers is moving fine. So is the I-25 gap. The drive time through the gap is still at average about 15 minutes. Bree?
Thank you, Sam. We are looking ahead as lawmakers and the White House comb through an 1,100-page compromise that would keep the government open after funding runs out tomorrow night. The Senate is expected to vote on that deal today, and the House could vote on it later tonight. The agreement provides just a fraction of what the president wanted to build a concrete border wall. Instead, President Trump gets about 55 miles of fencing plus $1.7 billion for other security.
I support the bill for what is in it. Don't judge it for what is not in it.
I told him this was a down payment. This is a multi-year deal to secure the borders.
Sources are telling NBC News that President Trump is expected to reluctantly sign this.
Let's get to our continuing coverage now. A federal judge says prosecutors for special counsel Robert Mueller have proved that Paul Manafort lied on 3 separate occasions. Prosecutors say Manafort lied about his interactions and communications with a Ukrainian Russian associate. Manafort pleaded guilty last September to 2 federal charges, including conspiracy and witness tampering.
President Trump's former advisor will be in court for a status hearing today. Roger Stone charged with obstruction, lying, and witness tampering in connection to that Russia probe. Stone has denied the accusations.
Following up for you now on the conviction of Mexican drug lord El Chapo, the likelihood he's headed to southern Colorado when he's sentenced. Supermax outside of Florence is the most secure federal prison in our country. Some residents in the area think it's interesting when they make big national news because of a big name criminal coming here, and a few have some minor concerns over El Chapo escaping twice already in Mexico.
We kind of wish that it wasn't advertised as much or promoted as being escape-proof because it's like a challenge.
There has never been an escape from the Florence Federal Supermax.
Weather alert day on your Thursday morning, 6:21. If you're just waking up, it is Valentine's Day. Rush out and get those flowers before your significant other wakes up. And just note that if you are headed out, the wind is very strong today. That is why it's a weather alert day. Sam's keeping a close eye on that and how it will impact traffic this morning. Stay with us.
We're celebrating 75 years in Colorado Springs with power pricing, power selection, and power service. Get all 3 and even more savings during Ram Truck Month at Perkins Motors. Lease a new 2019 Ram Quad Cab Classic. 0 down or $137 per month.
That's Perkins Power. Only at Perkins Motors in Motor City.
Hi, I'm Andrea Woodley. For 39 years, my family has been building and selling furniture in Colorado. From the beginning, we have been committed to personalizing our customers' experience. At Woodley's, we specialize in options with a wide range of woods, stains, leathers, and upholstery choices to customize your new look. Our designers are happy to help create a piece that's uniquely yours in a showroom or at an in-home design visit. So stop on by and take advantage of Woodley's 4-in-1 President's Day sale going on now.
It's here, the YMCA at First and Main. Join us for our grand opening on March 16th at 10 a.m. Enjoy giveaways, tour the YMCA's all-new state-of-the-art exercise facility, and get moving. Not a member? Take advantage of the pre-opening sale now through February 28th and enjoy zero join fees at the First and Main location only and get a gift pack valued at over $100. Bringing youth, teen, and senior programs to the fastest-growing community in Colorado Springs. The YMCA at First and Main, the place where neighbors become friends.
There's something big at the Rocky Mountain Dinosaur Resource Center. It's time to build your own dinosaur. Choose your favorite dino, fill it with love, and bring your new friend to life at the Rocky Mountain Dinosaur Resource Center in downtown Woodland Park.
If you could buy Hunter Douglas window fashions with a limited lifetime warranty, personal service, and certified installation for less than the big box stores, would you? Not convinced? Then Heritage Wallpaper and Blinds will add free in-home estimates, extended warranties, and the Hunter Douglas exclusive Right Choice Promise. Still not convinced? Then visit our beautiful Hunter Douglas showroom today. Hunter Douglas and Heritage Wallpaper and Blinds for all your blind, shade, shutter, and custom drapery needs at the northeast corner of Academy and Vickers.
Come celebrate with ARC's President's Day half-off sale. You'll save 50% on most items, including men's and women's clothing, housewares, and more. It's half off most items in every store this President's Day.
We're celebrating 75 years in Colorado Springs with power pricing, power selection, and power service. Get all 3 and even more savings during Ram Truck Month at Perkins Motors. Lease a new 2019 Ram Quad Cab Classic. 0 down or $137 per month.
That's Perkins Power. Only at Perkins Motors in Motor City.
UC Health proudly supports your Healthy Family reports on News 5. UC Health Memorial Hospital Central, the only certified comprehensive stroke center in southern Colorado. This is your First Alert 5 weather with Sam Schreier.
Good morning, everyone. We've got warm air. We've got a lot of wind. I bet you heard that last night. It was rattling my door down close to Cheyenne Mountain. And we've still got some pretty good air left over, especially Springs and Pueblo. Now, a sustained wind of 20 miles per hour, Springs and Pueblo, and 31 in Trinidad, means off and on the gusts will be pretty strong. But I would say overall today, less windy than yesterday. Yesterday was kind of something else. Now, we'll talk about what we're seeing through this extended forecast. Late tonight, for pretty much all of southern Colorado, a quick moving rain or snow comes on through, but it depends where you're at, even in the Springs. So like areas south of Briargate or kind of along I-25 and east, more likely you're just getting rain out of the system where it's a little bit warmer tonight. But snow north of Briargate is possible, and especially through Ute Pass, kind of the west side of town. And this is going to come between like 10 o'clock tonight to about 1, maybe 2 a.m. at the latest. So actually, we're probably going to be dry by the Friday morning commute, and it looks heavier in Teller County. A couple of evening snows are there on Saturday, but really we're talking Sunday night through Monday as the next big one. And by big one, I just mean like the next one to actually have something you could shovel in Colorado Springs. I don't think it looks huge, but I think it'll at least be a couple inches. Now, Pueblo, I think you're going to get a rain tonight, starting kind of around 10 to 11 is what it looks like in my time frame. Done by 2 to 3 in the morning, so a dry commute for Friday, and actually Friday itself looks good. Little evening snow Saturday, but the bigger snow again comes Sunday into Monday, especially through Monday. So sorry, teachers, I don't think I can get you that day off. Canyon City, rain for Canyon City tonight between about 10 o'clock to about 1 a.m. But west, north, south of Canyon City, the colder spots of Fremont County, you should get a snow. More evening snow Saturday, bigger one is on Monday. Finally, Woodland Park, I am seeing about 1 to 3 inches possible for you, although I do think some of it will melt because your low is like 27, so part of the night's over freezing. And then we get towards next week, Sunday to Monday, that's another good snowfall. The morning commute tomorrow for Woodland Park should be dry. Let's go to traffic. We're going to be outside at Nevada, actually. It's still windy out there, but people are on the road trying to get into work despite it. Now, just a reminder, if you're driving Powers southbound, you need to get onto Stetson. That's not going to work. That is still closed just for a power line. The turn lane is. Powers is fine. And up north to Denver, no problems through the gap. A quick look at drive times, no issues. We'll be back.
Hello, Calibrating Air. How can I help you today?
Hi, my furnace is making a funny noise. It's going whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Sure, we can handle that.
Don't wait, calibrate. Calibrate with Calibrating Air.
Hello, I'm Mike Sawaya, Sawaya Law Firm Injury Lawyers. It's simple. After an accident, you need to heal in a law firm that's going to fight for you. Let our team of expert lawyers get you right back on the road.
Yes, I'm a smoker. And yes, I'm aware I should quit. I get pressure from everyone I love and everything around me.
Smoking is really, really bad for you.
Yet sometimes that pressure alone is enough to make me want to light up.
The Colorado Quit Line, with free patches or gum, free text messaging, emails, phone coaching, and more, all without lectures. Call 1-800-QUIT NOW or enroll online.
People stop me on the street all the time and ask me, how do you help injured people? Results. That's why people call us every single day. Injured in a car wreck in Colorado? You know what to do. Call the Strong Arm.
Thanks for coming over, guys. Wow, your house is beautiful.
Where did you get all this cool stuff?
Ross Auction. Ross Auction helps people who want to downsize. They sell almost anything, like furniture, lamps, accessories, and more. Plus, you pay 25 to 50% less than retail.
All this from Ross Auction for 25 to 50% off retail?
Wow.
Get ready to say wow at Ross Auction. New auctions hosted weekly. Go to rossauction.com to see this week's items. Ross Auction, 2430 South Academy Boulevard.
You. All of you. How you live. What you love. That's what inspired us to create America's most advanced internet. Internet that puts you in charge. That protects what's important. That handles everything and reaches everywhere. This is beyond Wi-Fi. This is Xfi. Simple, easy, awesome. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
Don't wait, calibrate from people you can trust.
Right now, get a free indoor air quality product when you buy a new furnace from Calibrating Air.
Don't wait, calibrate. Calibrate with Calibrating.
Parkview Medical Center is proud to sponsor traffic on News 5. When you make good health choices, you make an investment in your well-being and your outlook on life, keeping Southern Colorado healthy and happy. Parkview Medical Center.
Welcome back at 6:30. We want to get to some breaking news right now out of Denver. Teachers welcome back to their classrooms today. 9 News is reporting that the strike is over.
This follows a 19-hour negotiation session capping 15 months really of bargaining between the teachers and the district. The deal was reached about 6 a.m.
The superintendent saying the teachers can come back today or they can take that extra day off. But from the deal, we know that the teachers were on board with the district's latest plan to increase that pay based on experience, education, and training.
We'll be working today to get the details of the rest of the deal as it continues to develop, and we'll bring that to you as it comes in.
And now to our other big story of the morning. Overnight, southbound Powers back opened after some down power lines had it closed most of the day yesterday.
Yeah, what a day it was, but the wind will still have a big impact on your drive this morning.
And News 5 Shayla Jordan is live at Powers with those details.
Bree and I are still really feeling that wind out here this morning. Now take a look. You can see traffic is moving just fine along southbound Powers. It is back open this morning, but it's this turning lane right here, the right-hand turn lane on to Stetson Hills. That's going to be closed throughout the day. And take a look. You can still see these power lines behind me. Some of them still drooping a little bit because of that wind, and that's here to stick around this morning. Now take a look at this video, this dash cam video. It's from Tim Keenan capturing the moment as those gusts bring several power lines down on the left-hand side of the road there, and you can even see some of the sparks flying. In fact, we spoke to one driver who saw it all firsthand.
We saw the light posts out there swaying back and forth, and as we were watching it, we saw 3 telephone poles just come flying down. Sparks were flying.
Over 8,500 customers lost power yesterday due to those winds, and Colorado Springs Utilities will be closing 1 lane of southbound Powers. That's at 9 o'clock this morning to finish up all of those repairs, and that's between Dublin and Stetson Hills. Now, no word yet on how long that closure will be or if these winds will impact that at all, but of course we'll keep you updated on that both online and on air. Check KOA.com for the very latest. For now, watching out for you, Colorado Springs. Shayla Girardin, News 5.
Thank you, Shayla. New overnight. A man is dead, we've learned, after being hit by a car in Colorado Springs. It happened around 10:20 last night on West Colorado Avenue. The driver who hit the man was identified as 21-year-old Destiny Cardenas. Police say they believe she was high at the time and is facing vehicular homicide charges this morning.
And new information about a deadly crash near Fountain. Northbound I-25 back open after being closed for several hours overnight. That was just south of Mesa Ridge Parkway. We do know that 33-year-old Lucas Hoffman of Colorado Springs died in that 3-vehicle crash, and another driver suffered minor injuries. Troopers do not believe drugs or alcohol played a role.
There was a pretty amazing rescue in Colorado Springs last night after a woman was partially thrown from her SUV in a crash that happened on North Carefree near Oro Blanco. Police say Good Samaritans lifted that SUV off the woman. She's 28 years old. Her name hasn't been released, but at last check, she was reported in stable condition.
Happening today, this man, Jesper Jorgensen, will be in court for a preliminary hearing accused of starting last summer's spring fire in southern Colorado. Jorgensen was charged with 141 counts of arson in connection with the 108,000-acre fire that burned in both Castilla and Huerfano counties. He is an illegal immigrant from Denmark. And happening today, a Springs man accused of murdering his mom will be in court for an arraignment. Lake Smith accused of killing Judy Smith last year. Investigators say Smith confessed to cutting his mom's throat, stabbing her with a knife, and hitting her with a meat cleaver. The defense says the confession came after he denied killing his mom 26 times.
In your Crime Watch, we're learning more about a deadly shooting in Canyon City. Police now telling us it appeared to be the result of a fight between roommates, 67-year-old Renald Chardul and 54-year-old David Draper, who lived together and had not been getting along. Police say Chardul shot and killed Draper, but he's claiming self-defense. So far, no charges have been filed.
Happening today, the man who fought off and killed an attacking mountain lion will hold a news conference to share his story. That attack happened in Larimer County at Horsetooth. The open space was closed following the attack, but it did reopen yesterday.
And about 100 soldiers from the 4th Combat Aviation Brigade, 4th ID, will be welcomed home to the Mountain Post this Valentine's morning. They deployed to Europe last June. That ceremony will be at 11:30 on the Mountain Post.
In your Capitol Watch, a Colorado House committee approving a bill that would have Colorado cast their presidential electoral votes for the winner of the national popular vote. This bill now goes to the House. It's already passed the Senate and has support from Governor Jared Polis.
And state lawmakers moving forward with the latest attempt to ban gay conversion therapy for minors. It's the practice of trying to change someone's sexual orientation or gender identity based on the idea that being LGBT or Q is a mental illness, something the American Psychiatric Association has denounced. It passed its first test in a House committee and is headed for a full House vote.
6:35 on the dot. Time for that First Alert 5 forecast. It is another weather alert day, Sam.
It is for the winds. Then tonight we do have a little bit of quick moving rain and snow. Going to talk about that because not all of you are going to see rain. Not all of you are going to see very much snow at all. Now let's talk about what's coming on in. 65 degrees in the Springs and 74 in Pueblo, 70 Trinidad, more out east along 50. High temperatures today once again look gorgeous. Now the winds strongest through the morning, especially for the Pikes Peak region. Look at 9 a.m. on our forecast wind gusts. That's probably pretty good for the data here, for the modeling data. In the 40s easy, one or two spots like Pueblo. I could see Walsenburg, Trinidad trying to get towards 50. So that can start to really lean a semi. Usually got to be over like 50 to 55 to actually tip something over. We get to noon, start to see the winds back off in El Paso County. And actually by 3, just straight old breezy in Colorado Springs, but still real windy from Pueblo down south into Trinidad. Now, there is some snow coming. Good news is, not very much, unless you live in the Sangre de Cristos, because we're dry all day. By 3 o'clock, we start to see them begin to fill up with snow, but a lot heavier snow comes over the mountains by 4, 5, and 6 o'clock. That means Westcliff, dry through the day, but towards the end of your day, you could start to see some snow hop out of the mountains over you. Now, that also would go for the wet mountains, although really the wet mountains won't get very much out of the system. The Sangres block it. We got to look towards 10 o'clock. My model keeps wanting to show some rain out to the plains. I am not quite as sold on that, but I could see what it's doing. Upslope winds, trying to drag a few showers back out to the lower elevations. But we're really watching areas like Teller County, Woodland Park, 30-some degrees, so we would be cold enough for snow. And then it would dip over to Monument Hill in the Springs. Downtown, east of the airport, south to Fountain, that's a rain, but north towards Briargate up to Monument Hill, west through Ute Pass, that is a snow, not very much. Pueblo, you should get a little bit of rain. Here's my snow expectations. So Teller County probably will be where most of it falls. I'm thinking like 1 to 3 inches Woodland Park, and even if that falls, some of it's going to melt. 2 to 3 inches, that's more likely to stick a bit in Cripple Creek because you should be a little bit colder today. You should be a lot colder tonight. Through Ute Pass, somewhere between a dusting of some sloppy snow at first to then maybe an inch or two at the most, out towards Woodland Park through Cascade, up towards Woodland Park itself. And I'm giving snow over Monument Hill, but I just don't think we're going to see really much accumulate. An inch at the most. This is more likely to be less than that because I-25 over Monument Hill will probably be like 30 degrees at its coldest, and that usually stays just wet. So even if we get snow, it's done by 2 a.m., and we're dry for the morning commute Friday. Let's go to traffic. Uinta, looking pretty good so far on that drive into work, closer to downtown. Now, just going to keep reminding everybody here, a little slow on Powers as people approach. They're thinking they could turn onto Stetson Hills Boulevard. You can't. That turn lane is closed, so it's backing things up a little bit on southbound Powers. Up to Denver, you're fine. The drive times are, for the most part, average. Ira Bree.
Thanks, Sam. Happening now, Dutch Brothers celebrating Valentine's Day by helping you help others as part of the Dutch Love Day. The coffee chain will be donating $1 from each drink sold to a local nonprofit of the owner-operator's choice.
And if your Valentine's Day plans include a first date, you're probably going to want to do something fun, maybe a bit more casual. Some good first dates include Sugar's, Phantom Canyon, and La Baguette.
Now, if this isn't your first date, you're looking for something a little more intimate, well, how about 4 by Brother Luck downtown? Also, you've got the Melting Pot or the Broadmoor, all excellent high-class choices.
And after dinner, you might be in the mood for some dessert. How about some ideas right here for you? Cacao, Chemistry, the Candy Bar, or the Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory.
All sound good.
Now, if you don't have a date for Valentine's Day, there is a good chance that you'll turn to a dating app or a website in search of love.
One new option that you may not have heard of is called Ship. Now, it works with Match to let your friends have a say in who your dating choices are.
You've known your friends for so long that maybe they'll have a different take on who you should be dating.
Similar to Tinder and other dating apps, you can swipe yes or no to match with others on Ship, and your friends can also swipe for you and share profiles and GIFs in a group chat.
A majority of pet owners will cozy up with their furry friends this Valentine's Day rather than their human partners. That's according to a survey from Pet First. The survey finds that 71% of pet owners actually prefer snuggling with the dog or cat. Only 10% say they prefer to snuggle with their human partners.
Still ahead on News 5, a wild flight forced to make an emergency landing, leaving some passengers in the hospital this morning.
And the governor of Florida calling for a new investigation this morning on the first anniversary of the mass shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School.
Up here, I'm your roof. I know I'm easy to ignore being way up here and all, but I've really got some problems. Do me a favor and call the experts at Avalanche Roofing. Every roof comes with a 50-year factory warranty at no charge. Call Avalanche Roofing at 375-8028.
President's Day only comes once a year, and to celebrate, your Honda dealer has some very commanding offers with great deals on every new Honda. Get into a new Civic, innovatively equipped with the latest technology, starting at just $199 a month. Or a new Accord, Car and Driver's 10 Best winner a record 33 times, now just $249 a month. There's a presidential selection on sale at monumental proportions, so save your presidents. See your Rocky Mountain Honda dealer today.
Hey, up here, I'm your roof. I know I'm easy to ignore being way up here and all, but I've really got some problems. Do me a favor and call the experts at Avalanche Roofing. Every roof comes with a 50-year factory warranty at no charge. Call Avalanche Roofing at 375-8028.
Salon service is provided by Honey Salon and Spa. Book your appointment today. Find your own sweet style at Honey Salon and Spa.
I was in a head-on collision. That wasn't my fault. I remember seeing a commercial that said Frank Azar gets results fast. So I called, and he got me $130,000.
I'm attorney Frank Azar, the strong arm. Call me now.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa. Friday through Sunday. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2019 inventory. Colorado Springs Event Center. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool. Hot tub starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Colorado Springs Event Center, 3960 Palmer Park Boulevard. Free admission. Free parking. Call 1-888-SPA-SALE.
During the 4-day President's Day sale at Conn's Home Plus, get up to $2,000 in free furniture. The Low Payment Finder finds the lowest payment tailored to you. Make it happen.
I'm Mike Zavism with Southwest Motors. Southwest Motors has partnered with over 60 credit unions to bring our customers incredible savings. It's our annual credit union sale. Special financing options, rates as low as 2.79%. Get the vehicle you want at the lowest payment possible. Southwest Motors has teamed up with your credit union. Low rates, additional discounts, and incentives offered. Not a member, not a problem. Free to join the biggest credit union sale in our history. Buy today and save. Southwest Motors.
Drive better.
Southwest Motors is proud to sponsor your first Alert 5 forecast. Get rates as low as 2.79% at Southwest Motors Credit Union Sale.
Welcome back at 6:43 and new today. Video showing the aftermath of a terrifying flight that had to make an emergency landing in Nevada. This video shows carts and other debris you can see there littering the center aisle. The Delta flight from LA to Seattle landed in Reno after hitting extreme turbulence. 5 people were hurt and 3 of them taken to the hospital.
Airline passengers in the U.S. spent extra time sitting on the tarmac last year, according to The Point Sky. That's a travel website. It says 2018 was the worst year for tarmac delays in almost a decade. Close to 250 flights were delayed for more than 3 hours in the first 11 months of the year. That is a 49% increase compared to 2017.
A daredevil and U.S. military veteran making history in Scotland, base jumping from mountains that no one's ever jumped off of.
Not just jumping, but ski jumping, I guess. Tim Howell, who served in Afghanistan, achieved all the jumps in the space of a week in harsh Scottish winter conditions. His next challenge, to jump all of the classic 6 north faces of the Alps.
Check out this adorable story. A 6-year-old Illinois boy not letting his disabilities hold him back. This is Trotter, born in the Ukraine without feet or a left hand.
He now lives with an adoptive family, and he's into just about everything, they say, including baseball, swimming, and especially wrestling.
Anna and Elsa headed back to the big screen for Frozen 2. Disney dropped the first trailer for the sequel yesterday.
The teaser starts with, as you see, Queen Elsa taking on a stormy ocean. It also has some other favorite moments from the original Frozen 2. Hits theaters November 22nd.
At just about 6:45, let's get a check of that weather alert with meteorologist Sam Schreier.
Thank you very much. It is going to be warm out there this morning. We know it. We've got 53 degrees in the Springs, 54 Pueblo, and this just makes it a lot easier to get to a very warm afternoon later on today. And now it's a little cooler up in Woodland Park. Not as much wind coming on through Woodland Park Westcliff, but still a morning in the 30s. Well, that's a lot better than what the last couple ones have been. Now, Colorado Springs, we are going to get up to 65 degrees today. We do have a chance of snow tonight, but also rain. It depends where you are across town. So across town, it will be either a rain or a snow or a little mix of both. Heaviest snow, Teller County, Woodland Park, going to get to your forecast in a second. For all the commutes, we are dry in the morning. This is a quick moving snow or rain. It's going to be out of the way for most areas by 2 to even 3 o'clock in the morning. I think basically from Briargate north to Monument should be cold enough where we could get a brief little snow. Accumulations at probably most likely under an inch, especially because I-25 is going to be pretty warm. It will likely stay wet even with a little bit of snow. But you get out in the west side of the city, that's where a bit more snow can come. But downtown to the airport to Fountain, I'm thinking we just get rain tonight. Maybe you mix in with a little snow, but we're just talking like no accumulation. We go towards Friday. We are dry from the morning all through the day, and actually it looks pretty nice on Friday. Now Saturday, little evening snow comes. I think the next big snow starts on Sunday night and really hits us on Monday. So teachers, I'm sorry, but I don't think you're getting a 4-day weekend. But you are getting a 3-day weekend, and I'll be at work on Monday. So I don't feel that bad for you. I was joking with my school talk teachers I went to yesterday about that. Pueblo, here's what we're looking at. 70s turn to 60s today to tomorrow. I think just a brief rain tonight, sometime between like 11 o'clock at night to about 2 in the morning. Now we get over towards the weekend. Little snow Saturday evening, but the bigger snow starts on Sunday, goes through Monday, out of the way pretty early Tuesday morning, going to Canyon City. So Canyon City, you should be warm enough where the town gets mainly just a rain tonight, but north, south, west, could be some snow. I think a little slick on Highway 50 west drives between like 10 o'clock tonight to 1 in the morning, but your morning commute should be fine by 5, 6, 7 in the morning. Little evening snow Saturday, better snow comes through on Monday. Finally, we get over to Woodland Park, and here's what I'm seeing out of you. 50s turn to 40s, turn to the 30s, and then as we go from Sunday to Monday, we're still looking good as far as snowfall comes. I think we are going to get some accumulating snow, and tonight for Woodland Park, I'm thinking about 1 to 3 inches that blows through between 10 o'clock to about 1 a.m. Let's go to traffic. Powers and Stetson, this is where we're closed on that exit into Stenson, or that exit ramp. Actually, you can see them trying to replace the poles kind of in the center of your screen towards the top. So you can't turn onto Stetson Hills at Powers, but you can still drive southbound no problem. Here's our traffic map. We're seeing that. Again, Powers is moving pretty well. You just can't turn right off southbound Powers to Stetson yet, but I mean, they're going to have that cleared hopefully pretty quick. They're doing some good work. And then up to Denver, no problems. Down to Pueblo, it's just windier. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Sam. Right now, America remembering the 17 lives that were lost a year ago today at Marjory Stoneman in Parkland, Florida.
And on this anniversary, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis calling for a statewide grand jury investigation into the Broward County School District's response to the attack.
This is something that is very serious, and I think that it's something that we're gonna look at and evaluate who they're holding accountable.
When your child is murdered in school, you expect to get some answers. You don't really expect a cover-up.
Flags will be flying at half-staff across Florida today to mark the anniversary, and there'll be a moment of silence for the victims.
In the wake of this shooting, Florida's laws have changed to require a guardian on every school campus. Most of them carrying handguns, but one school near Tampa does have those guards carry long guns.
You have to ask yourself the question, why would I not equip my guardian with at least the equivalent armament and firepower that someone is very likely to walk in the door with?
Parent reaction has been mixed. Some are saying it makes them really nervous, but others say it's just the world that we live in now.
School districts across the country also hoping technology could help prevent the next school shooting. A service called Social Sentinel uses an algorithm to scan public social media posts within a geographical area for certain words and phrases that could indicate a threat. The Parkland shooter had posted some clues on social media hinting about what was about to happen. Sadly, those red flags were missed.
Whether it's a political protest or a cupcake festival, our system is agnostic to that. We are just looking for the language of harm.
The system does not allow schools to do their own searching. Instead, the algorithm does the scanning, flagging those cries for help or potential threats.
10 minutes to 7 a.m. on your Valentine's Thursday morning. Thanks for joining us here at News 5 today. Sam's going to have a look at this wind that we're seeing on the camera right now and your morning commute. Do keep in mind that Powers at Stetson Hills, there is a turn lane that's closed right now. Another lane will be closed at 9 a.m. this morning. Shayla's going to have a look at that when we come back.
Morning, everybody. Welcome to Today. Nice to have you with us.
This morning, some growing concerns over tax day.
We'll explain why.
We've never seen you with this look in your eye.
What made Bob Dole the one?
I love his compassionate heart.
We can't wait till tomorrow. Teachers First, sponsored by Salsa Brava, congratulates this month's recipient, Jacqueline Riggs.
On behalf of Channel 5 and Salsa Brava, we award you as the Teacher of the Month. Congratulations. Thank you. You have a check for $500.
It's so surprising.
She makes me want to learn.
She's just a really great teacher.
It's because she gets involved with them.
Sponsored by Salsa Brava, fresh Mexican grill. Eat fresh, live well.
Over Easy is now Urban Egg, a daytime eatery. Same delicious menu, same amazing staff, and same local ownership. Enjoy the best, freshest, and most innovative breakfast in Colorado. Urban Egg, serving your best breakfast throughout the Front Range. Only Colorado's largest gives you more. Through Monday, make a presidential purchase at any Philong or Value Car location. Colorado's best selection. 0 down delivers. Drive payment free till May. Trade up. We need your trade, and we'll give you more because we sell more. Plus 0 financing, new or used. 0 down, 0 financing, 0 payments. That's why Colorado drives Philong. Through Monday at any Philong or Value Car location or online anytime at philong.com.
This second shift. This old pair of pants. This staycation. This brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your first home, your second home, or your dream home a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it. To protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
I'm a medical doctor and an attorney. When you get to court, or when you get to even talking with an insurance company about injuries, it gets down to what are the injuries. It doesn't get down to what is the law. And being able to explain those injuries, that's what helps insurance companies to understand value. It's what helps get people care for the future. It really is the best of both worlds.
If you've been injured in a car crash or at work, Dr. Ramos and his team are here to help you. Ramos Law, we can help.
Brighten up your day with breakfast at Urban Egg. From our chicken and waffle eggs Benedict to our natural juice blends, our award-winning menu items feature local organic ingredients from Colorado proud suppliers. Your best breakfast is right here at Urban Egg.
AdStaff proudly sponsors this traffic report on News 5. Since 1984, AdStaff has been the gold standard of staffing throughout the Pikes Peak region. Call AdStaff at 528-8888.
Welcome back. Let's check that breaking news again right now out of Denver. Teachers, welcome back to the classroom. Their strike is over.
Yeah, this follows a 19-hour negotiating session. The deal reached at about 6 a.m.
The superintendent says the teachers can come back today. They're welcome, or they can take an extra unpaid day off.
And Governor Jared Polis tweeting in part this morning. He says this is great news for the teachers, educators, administrators, and most importantly, the students of Denver. We'll be following this one closely. But right now and new overnight, some good news. Southbound Powers is back open.
However, the winds still are going to have a big impact on your morning drive.
News 5 Shayla Jordan has the details.
Bree and Ira, that wind just continuing to pick up out here this morning. Now, take a look. I want you to see Powers. Traffic is moving just fine, but it's right here beside me. It's this turning lane onto Stetson Hills that's going to remain closed for the rest of the day. Now, take a look. This power line behind me, well, the wind not quite as intense right now, but a lot of these lines, we've seen them drooping over the course of the morning, and that's just because of that wind out here. Not expected to change anytime soon. And take a look at this dash cam video. It's sent in from Tim Keenan, capturing capturing the moment as those gusts bring several power lines down on the left-hand side of the road. You can even see some of those sparks flying. In fact, we spoke to one driver who saw it all firsthand. Over 8,500 customers lost powers yesterday from that wind, and Colorado Springs Utilities will be closing one lane of southbound powers. That's at 9 a.m. this morning to finish up all of those repairs, and that's going to be from Dublin to Stetson Hills. Still no word on how long that construction is going to take or if the wind will have an impact on that timing, but of course we'll keep you updated on all of that both online and on air. Stick with KOA.com and the News 5 app. For now, watching out for you, Colorado Springs. Shayla Gerard in News 5.
Thank you, Shayla.
Now for a check of that weather and traffic with meteorologist Sam Schreier.
So we're going to do a quick run through of our headlines. Windiest during the morning. The afternoon still windy from Pueblo to Trinidad, but not as much as what we'll see for the first part of our day here. A quick rain and snow comes tonight, but the heaviest snow looks to be over Teller County. Rain in Canyon City and Pueblo. I tried to put together just kind of a pinpoint of where some of the snow will be. Not everyone is going to be listed. I tried to pick some of the towns that are most likely, like Teller County. Woodland Park, I think tonight between about 10 o'clock to 1, you could see about a quick 1 to 3 inches. It'll be a quick heavy snow, but it'll be out of the way. Cripple Creek more likely 2 to 3. Monument between a dusting to about an inch could fall. But you got to remember, all of this is done by like 2 in the morning. Our morning commute Friday should have no problems. Briargate, you know, less than ½ an inch in Briargate, but it should probably be just wet on most of your roads. Downtown Pueblo, just rain. And then we go to Westcliff, 1 to 3 inches. Some of the biggest snow will be off those southern Sangre de Cristo mountains. Now, currently, we still got a lot of wind out there from the Springs to Pueblo to Trinidad. A direct west wind, that's downslope flow, that is warm air. And we got it, 53 and 54. Springs in Pueblo with 40s, down to the south, and then 43 in Monument. Sunrise, sunset time, 6:51. We're past that by a few minutes. Sunset, 5:35. And a look at your forecast high temperatures. I've got 65 degrees in Colorado Springs, 70s going in towards Pueblo, and then as we get out to the plains, still feeling pretty good. Traffic, it is 6:56 out there. We are going to Woodman, which does look like it's definitely still windy, but cars are moving. That's what we want. Back into our traffic network. Downtown, zipping up to the north, or to the south rather. Still kind of a dangerous drive. I-25 southbound to Trinidad. I would say from Colorado City through Walsenburg to Trinidad. That's where the windiest conditions will be. And then we get over towards the north through the Gap. No problems. Bree and Ira, just kind of a quick recap of the school.
Oh, yeah, there's a teacher strike is over in Denver. They're welcome back to the classrooms today. They can be paid as soon as today or unpaid if they want to take another day off.
Yeah, they had a marathon session, wrapped up their agreement at about 6 a.m. this morning.
We'll be back in about 30 minutes for you with your headlines of the day and your weather and traffic.
Franklin D. Azar & Associates proudly sponsors closed captioning on News 5. Injured in a car wreck? Call Colorado's largest PI law firm, Attorney Frank Azar.
Hi, Colorado. I'm Paul Sutton.
And I'm Lisa Sutton from Peak Structural. Dry weather conditions can be even harder on your home's foundation than too much rain.
Have you noticed wall cracks or sticking doors and windows? Call Peak Structural today for your free estimate.
Honey, don't forget to call the plumber today.
Yep, already did.
What about the electrician?
Already got it.
Don't forget to call about the furnace.
Yeah, got it.
And get an estimate on the remodel.
You know I got it.
And I'm turning the garage into a craft room.
Nice try. I called affordable.
One call takes care of it all with affordable plumbing and heat.
You ready for the big weekend?
We'll always be affordable plumbing and heat. You can afford to do it right.
President's Day, a time to honor our leaders, to reflect on our history, to celebrate life, liberty, and the pursuit of a really smoking deal at Honda's President's Day sale. Save thousands with 0.9 financing on the Pilot, KBB.com's 2019 best midsize SUV. Drive home with some real star-spangled savings in a restyled HR-V for just $209 a month, or the award-winning CR-V for just $259 a month. See your Rocky Mountain Honda dealer today.
And I looked him right between his eyes.
You trust me?
God, no.
That's good.
Can't tell people you're my business partner.
What do you want to call us then?
You don't know me.
I think I do.
What has Guy
I'm into you.
Gang friend.
How was
NBC's Good Girls. Season 2 premieres March 3rd only on NBC. Watch Season 1 on Netflix.
5,000 years of Chinese music and dance in one night. Experience Shen Yun. Coming to Pikes Peak Center, March 19th and 20th. Tickets at shenyun.com/CO Springs.
My fellow Coloradans, hunger is real for too many people in our state. The uncertainty created by the recent government shutdown means thousands more are going hungry. Just $1 helps provide 4 meals to a family in need. Please give today. Any amount can help.
Paul and Lisa again from Peak Structural.
Drought conditions cause our clay soils to dry out and shrink, often causing foundation settlement damage.
Learn about all your options for repair. Call Peak Structural today.
Watch Elizabeth Watts weekday evenings on News 5. The News 5 app, with you everywhere.
Good morning. Deal day. After weeks of negotiations, lawmakers now just hours away from voting to avert yet another government shutdown. But will President Trump throw Congress a last-minute curveball?
We'll be looking for landmines.
We're live from the White House with the very latest. Web of lies. Bad news for former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort after a judge rules that he lied to Robert Mueller's team of investigators. His plea deal with prosecutors now likely null and void. So is his only hope of not spending the rest of his life behind bars a pardon from President Trump? Missing spy, a former sergeant in the United States Air Force charged with spying for Iran, now nowhere to be found. This morning, the hunt for her and the race to contain the fallout. Those stories plus chaos in the sky.
We're out of our chairs. We're flailing in the air. I actually thought that the plane might break up.
Extreme turbulence injuring passengers aboard a Delta flight, forcing it to make an emergency landing. Marriage misery. This Is Us star Mandy Moore opens up in a bombshell report about the alleged abusive behavior of her ex-husband, singer Ryan Adams. And Red Rover, NASA finally says goodbye to its history-making explorer after nearly 2 decades of incredible images from Mars, making it mission complete. Today, Thursday, February 14th, 2019.
From NBC News, this is Today with Savannah Guthrie and Hoda Kotb, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Today. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday that also happens to be Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's
Day to you.
And we're going to be all about the love a little later in the show.
We are, but we're going to get started with our top story. This morning, all eyes on Capitol Hill, where lawmakers will be voting to avert yet another government shutdown. President Trump is signaling that he will sign that bipartisan funding deal to keep the government open, but could a last-minute snag derail the entire thing? NBC White House correspondent Kristen Welker has the very latest on this back and forth. Hey, Kristen, good morning.
Hey, Hoda, good morning to you. Well, all signs are pointing to the government staying open. The bipartisan funding bill cleared an important hurdle overnight, and multiple White House officials have told NBC News it's anticipated the president will sign the bill, although publicly, he's still reluctant to give it his full support.
You're no good. Pay your workers like you should.
With another partial government shutdown looming tomorrow night, President Trump making it clear he wants to avoid one.
I don't want to see a shutdown. Shutdown would be a terrible thing.
And while White House officials dropped hints throughout the day that Mr. Trump would support the bipartisan deal to keep the government open, the president himself not ready to commit, at least publicly.
We haven't gotten it yet. We'll be getting it. We'll be looking for landmines.
And blasting Democrats.
With the wall, they want to be stingy. But we have options that most people don't really understand.
The deal is for less than $1.4 billion to fund 55 miles of border fencing, not a concrete wall, and far less than the $5.7 billion the president first demanded. Republicans sought to downplay any concerns among the conservative base.
Is it enough for
the wall that we requested, more than $5 billion? No. But is it a down payment? Yes.
Democratic leaders also tried to sell the deal after they agreed to drop their demands for a cap on detention beds for those arrested by ICE agents.
But as with all compromises, I say to people, support the bill for what is in it, don't judge it for what is not in it.
And while candidate Trump promised Mexico would pay,
who's going to pay for the wall?
It's now clear American taxpayers will foot the bill, at least initially. Mr. Trump hinting at plans to take executive action that would redirect pre-existing federal funds to pay for his border wall, and insisting late Wednesday,
it's a wall that people aren't going through very easy. They're going to have to be in extremely good shape to get over this one. They would be able to climb Mount Everest a lot easier, I think.
Wow, Kristen, still a lot to get done. Can it all happen before tomorrow's deadline?
Well, it can, Hoda and Savannah, and it really comes down to the president at this point. If he wavers today, things could get very complicated. But overnight, one of the top negotiators, Senator Richard Shelby, tweeted that he